So now we come to the book module. Same thing, that's something I don't use a lot, but I still want to show you the potential. I've done a couple of books with it, but because I work as a publisher now, the publisher does all the editing for me. But I'll show you kind of a fast and cool way to do it. So first of all, I took a collection of 120 photos, which are from actual Los Angeles book here. And there is two ways to go about doing a book. You can do it automatically, which is what I'm going to show you in this video, or you can do it manually, which takes a lot more time. So first of all, let's start by the beginning. You see here it says you have different kind of books you can do. We can go blurb photo books, blurb magazine, blurb trade books. So let's take, if you go blurb trade books, it's going to change format and relay it out. Okay, which is this is their 5-inch book. You can see the size here. You can see how many pages, and you can see the price, $50. Okay. You can choose different options like hardcover image wrap, dust cover. Dust, I believe, is going to be a little cheaper. Yeah, it went to, or maybe even, hold on. Hardcover image wrap. No, actually, dust cover is a little more because they add like a cover. Or soft cover is probably going to be the cheapest option. Yeah, $37. And you can choose the kind of paper, black and white paper. And the price is, check it out. If it's just standard black and white paper, it's only $11. But it's a very small book. I mean, 5 inch is a very small book. You got size here, so I can go to like a bigger size. Okay, I'm gonna change the size and layout. So you first have to decide what you want to do. Okay, and let's say a blurb photo book. Let's do like the high-end book. So okay, and I like to go. Let's see here. I like standard landscape because most of my photos in landscape, 25 by 20 centimeter or large landscape, even better, 33-28. Okay, really large. And every time it's going to ask me to do the layout again, which makes sense. Okay, that fits a little more my way of taking photos. Wow, check this out, $200 now. Okay, and then you have different kind of paper, etc., etc. It's going to change the price every time. Here is the price. Now, I mean, this is, of course, I wouldn't do it like a $200. I wouldn't do a $200 photo like this, but also, if you can see here, you got the back cover, the front cover. I can change it. Like I can say, okay, I want this to be the front cover and I want this photo to be the back cover, for example. You can drag and drop your photos and you can move them around inside that frame that they're giving you. You can even zoom in and zoom out if you want, but then you get the white here. So you have to decide what you want to do and zoom in or out, move the photo just with, your mouse. And here you got, and this is actually a cool feature because let's say you want to do something really fast and do it as a PDF, which I'll show you in a sec. It can be cool because I can go here and take, for example, PDF and keep that large landscape thing. JPEG quality 60, okay, perfect sharpening. It's all good. sRGB, that's the color profile you should always have for PDF. File resolution 300 ppi. It means it's going to be pretty heavy, let's say I want to make something that I want to send over the web. So I'm going to put 100 ppi because I just want to use it for the web, for example. Okay, we can try that. Sharpening standard, media type glossy, matte. Well, it doesn't really matter because this is PDF. Okay, now check this out. By default, there's a preset which is left blank, right one photo. So that's why you have like a blank and a photo. Or you can go left blank, right one photo with photo text. So that's going to be a different layout, and you can clear the layout. And I want to edit the layout. I want to make one which is going to be like my layout. So for example, here on the left side, I want to take something else, fixed layout, and I want to take, for example, I like the idea maybe of having just one photo with some text, for example, like this, like one landscape photo and some text on the left side. Zoom photo to fit or fill. I like fill because I want to respect that, and then I'll just move the photo around and add photo text. Yes, align with photo, use text style, and I can do like I like caption serif. Serif means there's little there's little lines at the end of the letters. So that's my left side layout, and my right side layout, which is you see left pages, right pages. This one I want to go, let's say maybe 2 photos. And I want to put them on top of each other, so something like this, and no text. I mean, okay. And then this preset. I'm gonna save current setting as a new preset, and I'm gonna call it Surge Book. All right. Okay, done. Okay, so now I can select all my photos and I can click here on Auto Layout, and it's gonna take a second, and it's gonna make my book where you know, on the left side you're gonna have like a full screen photo, and on the right side you're gonna have just, you know, you're gonna have 2 photos. Okay, and as usual, you know, I can go, let's see, I want to make like the really nice cover of LA. I want something which is a lot more Los Angeles, much more iconic of LA. Plus the back is Las Vegas, so it doesn't really match. What can I put that's very like, okay, let's put, no, something that's really iconic. Yeah, this is iconic LA. Boom, bam. This is LA. This is LA, and then something in the back that's like very LA. That's like very LA. The highways, for example. Okay, so I got my front and back cover, and then you can go and photo by photo, you can, you know, you can change them, you can drag and drop them, you know, however you want, move them however you want. Here, when you get a question mark, it says that this photo is offline, it can be found, it will be omitted when you print the book. So we have to change that photo because it's missing. You know, some of the photos are missing because of my collection. So whatever, you know, I would spend the time. I'm not going to bore you with that, but let's say I'm like happy, I got the book, it's really cool. Now, when you edit a book, this is the overall view. You should use this view and go page by page. So can you really position the photo how you want, you know, drag and drop the photo that you want on the back. You know, you can really take the time. You know, if you had some text, you can put in some text here, blah, blah, blah. You know, take the time. You do page by page, page by page, do the layout how you want it. And that's the automatic one. That's the automatic way, okay? Once you're done, you got the export book to PDF. And this one, show guide, I'm not going to use that. Padding, cell padding, no, I'm not going to use cell padding. I'm just going to leave the default options. There's many options you can personalize, and you have to spend some time on it and just create different project. I could apply a background globally. Like check this out. I could take this photo and put it as a background, and let's increase the opacity so you can see it. So now all the photos, all the book has this photo as a background. It's kind of cheesy, but you could do that. Okay, let's do it for the fun. And then export book to PDF. I'm going to put it on my desktop. I get an error saying some photos have transparency because they're like PNG or PSD file. That's fine. It's mostly because they're PSD. So they don't really have transparency. Some photos in books are offline, so you need to make sure they're not offline. Like, because some photos are actually missing. They are not linked to a photo. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on my desktop. Command D to go to the desktop. Let's call this Book Los Angeles. And it's just a really quick way to create a book. It's going to export. It's going to take a while because lots of photos. So I'm here on the desktop, and here is the book. That's the book cover. Yeah, so it printed the book cover first, front and back. And in about 15 minutes, it's going to do the rest. Okay, so I had an error message on this one because there was a photo that cannot be rendered. So that can happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do... I'm going to create a new collection that has just photos that I know, like, you know, with just a few photos just to show you like the first, not this one. You see this one has got an exclamation mark. I'm going to do like a new collection. That's something that can happen. You need to have photos that render well, that are present on your hard drive. So I'm just, and the one thing you can do is you can create a collection here. You can create a save book. I'm going to call it Test Los Angeles. And it's going to be inside of my Los Angeles collection already here. Okay, so here we are. So the book is here. It's got 117 photos. So let's see here. I wanna take out some photos. So I'm going to select all of these photos. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say remove from collection. So it's going to remove from collection. So I only have this much photos. So it's going to go much faster. Okay, so clear layout. Auto layout, you redo the layout. So here's the layout. And now export book to PDF. Some photos have transparent. So when it says that, it's just that there is PSDs. It means that you retouched the photo into Photoshop. And so it created a PSD. I'm going to call it Book Los Angeles again, and it's going to re-export and see if it works now. So here we are. Book Los Angeles. I double click on it and you see it's like a PDF. And so you got one page with 2 photos, one page with 1 photo, and you can just send it to somebody, which is kind of cool. And it's a fast and easy way to create like a PDF book.